everyone. It's Nick and Matthew here. Before we get into today's episode, it's super exciting. We're covering SpongeBob the movie with our wonderful guest, Mason Jeffrey. We did want to just jump on the mic and say apologies in advance. We had a little bit of a slip up with the audio, so if there's some like peaking and a little bit of audio mess, we apologize, and we hope that you could still listen and have a great time. Matthew, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I will say I'm 90% sure it's Nick's fault, just for the record. For people to know at home.
Definitely my fault.
Yes, I am the perfect co-host. I would never screw anything up.
I definitely had Mason over and recorded, and
yes. It was actually, it was really weird for that one episode. We decided to use Nick's microphone that he sent and said, use this one.
Right. I had all the presets already done.
Yeah, you sent some cord that had a bunch of things sticking out of it. It was all roughed up. But you're like, no, it's good, I promise. So we're like, okay. And sure enough, look what happened.
It's all messed up. No, but yeah, apologies about that, everyone. We did our best to kind of salvage it, and I think it's still listenable, and I personally think it's a great episode. So without further ado, here is SpongeBob, the movie. Hello and welcome to I Can't Believe It's Got Greenlit, a show where we discuss movies from our childhood, our nostalgia from watching them as kids, how they got made, and our experiences rewatching them as adults. I'm one of your hosts, Nick Warner, and joining me as always, Matthew Pelton.
Hi, Nicholas.
Hello. How you doing?
I had a shower thought I wanted to share.
Okay.
I was thinking about this. I was in class, and I'm like...
Do you have many shower thoughts?
Can you remove the word shower from that sentence?
I was like, I feel like you're implying I don't have many thoughts, and I don't know how to comment on that. But I'm not going to respond to that. I'm just going to say what I was going to say anyway.
Let's hear it.
But I had a thought today.
Okay.
And I had this thought. I was in class. I finally had a thought, my first one. I was so proud.
Yeah,
I was
dangerous.
in class, and I was not paying attention, because I'm like, I have a Greenlit thing, and I want to pitch it to you.
Okay. Oh, live pitch. I love it.
This is a live pitch. And Mason, I want your thoughts on this too. We'll introduce you in a second.
I about to say I love this
in like 40 minutes.
I promise you'll get an intro. This is the show, man.
Oh, go nuts. I love it.
So, Nick, are you sitting down? You ready?
I'm actually not. I'm fully
Are
standing.
your teeth looking white? They're looking good? You looking
You know
clean?
what? As white as ever.
Okay, perfect. You brush them? Brush them good. What if we covered Freaky Friday, but I host the show, and I do your part?
That would be great if you like knew how to do my part, because I listened. So for those listening to this is coming out around Thanksgiving time. When we're recording this, it is September 4th, and the second episode of Director and Development just came out. I recommend all of you listen to it because it was a great episode. But Pelton was describing Greenlit in the show, and he tries to do my intro, and not only in the episode, but then right after in a voice memo. He was so confident that he got it word for word.
I did it?
And he did it perfectly. He completely, just go listen to the episode. He completely botched it.
No, I got it
There are
right.
lines that are
Nick is
completely
lying.
discombobulated. It's correct, but not in the right order. It's not correct.
No, it's a show where we revisit childhood and we watch movies.
Yeah, we revisit. We just open a portal. We go
Yeah,
hang out with our younger selves.
You get the gist.
I like that version of the show, Time Travel. That'd be
Yeah,
That's why I should
exactly.
host it.
Yeah, but that was
I'm going to do a podcast with my younger self.
Also, I think in the Director and Development episode, I called Nick a power bottom, and I was hoping he
Like
wouldn't listen to the
100
episode.
times?
Yeah, I think I
Like
did.
so many times. I was
We're
listening to
supposed
it
listen to that
in the
episode.
car, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, does your girlfriend listen to that one? Or
No, and Pelton specifically called it out. He was like, I hope she doesn't listen.
Yeah, dude, I can never.
But now
see her
she's listening to
again.
this, and she's going to know about that. So it's,
that's
it's all
true.
over.
So
We're
really,
not coming to LA. It's over.
she's only got 150 episodes to get through. You have time.
Yeah.
It's like someone who watches One Piece. Like you're like, it's gonna take you
It's
forever.
like years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She'll hear the teeth whitening comment. She'll probably turn this off.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
She'll be so off put.
No, I do like that idea for an episode.
Thank you.
We should do something. I know we've talked about this in the past of you hosting an episode and
Yeah,
doing
it's
the
too
intro and doing the bulk of the research and all of that stuff. And I think it's time
See,
for
that's
me
the
to finally
problem.
kick back and just enjoy the fruits of my labor and have you run the show for once and see how it goes. I think that could be very fun.
I love the fact that we have a guest here.
Yeah, what's
and
up?
one, we haven't introduced him.
It's been a minute, yeah.
It has been a minute. But two, Nick just referenced the fact that I need to do work, and he giggled. You son of a bitch.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was so fucked up.
I
really
am very excited for that day, but until then, we do have a guest, as we mentioned. And I feel like this is long awaited because this is one of our guys. We're very excited to have him on the show. Mason Jeffries here, everyone.
Hey.
And we're talking today about, this was his pick, the 2004 film, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I'm very excited.
Yes.
And one thing I want to call out before we really just dive deep into this absolutely amazing film, spoiler alert, I'm worried, I have a fear about this episode. Because...
Is it a sponsored episode?
Not that it's a sponsored episode because Mason works at Paramount. But because, again, this has come up many times on the show, but people have always said that Pelton and I sound very similar. Now I'm worried that there are 3 white dudes that all kind of sound the same. I'm worried that we're all just
I don't know, like, what
all
you're
of our
talking
voices
about,
are...
man. I think, like, the diversity of this series is impeccable. Like, I'm sure if you looked at us in a police lineup, there would be no confusion. There'd be
not at all.
I love it. Before we start recording, we pointed out that me and Mason
You guys
both
look
have
the same.
beards. We both have white band T-shirts on.
Yeah. You
and I
and
both have glasses.
I was about to say, you guys wear
Both
glasses.
wear glasses.
We all have basically the same hair, just different
Yeah.
like different
I think
lengths, slightly.
Mason just has like a deeper voice, and that's about it.
Maybe.
It just sounds sexy.
Well, it's weird because, like, I don't really know what my voice sounds like outside of me. You know when, like, you don't really know what your voice sounds like till you see a video
Sure.
of you?
Right.
So, like, whenever I see videos of me, my voice is deeper than I think it is.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
You got a deep voice.
Yeah, but it's weird because I'll, like, talk and I'll think that my voice is like a decent tenor. Like, it's like you know, as in it's pretty mid-range.
Sure.
There's nothing to write home about. It's just like a nice, normal.
No,
name.
it's something to write home about.
I once
But-
freaked out. I remember I think I was like 13, so I was like just starting to go through puberty. We had this restaurant we would always go to, this pizza joint, and it was this waitress we always had. I go in one day, I order my food, and then like weeks later we go in, and I'm like, oh, can I have this? And she goes, your voice is deeper than normal.
Oh no! Oh no!
I was like, oh, okay. My mom would like comment on it too. She's like, your voice is a lot deeper now.
Wow, no shit.
And like I thought it was like deeper just as in like, oh, my voice dropped. I don't know, it meant like deep as in it's deep.
Yeah, you got a deep voice.
Yeah, that's what people say, and I'm always like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping that it registers on the microphone as deeper than ours, so it's somewhat distinguishable between the three
That
of
was
us.
the problem. Okay, so I always thought the difference between me and Nick was that I was always a little deeper than Nick.
No, you're higher.
I am. I didn't know it.
Yeah, you're higher.
Yeah.
You're way.
Yeah, I'm way higher.
You're like way higher pitched, and your cadence is faster.
True. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
I
you
think
have
about that.
you have a significantly faster cadence than Nick, which is
Yeah.
why I think he can get through the intro,
intro, and I-
the intro without without like repeating and stumbling on the information.
Yeah. No,
But I
this
had
is
one of
good.
those, like, you had the opposite where you like hear yourself and you're like, oh, I'm way deeper than I thought I was.
Yeah.
Where I think I sound like Batman. I'm like a sexy radio voice. And then I listen to Greenlit and I'm like Charlie Day.
I'm about to say,
like, what the fuck?
you're like the Riddler, man.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, who listens to this shit?
Yeah, actually, you're like Robin. You're like Robin.
I'll take a Robin.
Yeah, I'll give you Nightwing at best.
well,
Yeah, but
Robin's
Jay,
kinda
Red Hood.
I don't want a Red Hood.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't give me that one.
You don't want Red Hood?
No, he like murders people.
Yeah, but he's kind of righteous.
Kind of, he murders people.
Yeah, but like
Nightwing's
pretty righteous.
So much better.
but he murders bad guys. He's not.
He's like a Dexter.
Yeah, kinda.
Also owned by Paramount.
Yeah,
We should just
Showtime.
plug
Dude.
Paramount shit. This whole
Yeah, plug all
This
the
guy's
Paramount
worse
shit.
than I am with Universal. I remember the one day where I had like a Jaws t-shirt and my Universal creative hat on, and Pelton was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, dude, that was bad.
I saw the 50th
It wasn't even
anniversary last
intentional.
night.
What'd
I
you
saw
say?
the 50th anniversary of Jaws last night.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, dude,
rules.
did you know it's a pretty good movie?
No,
pretty good.
It's like really solid. Everyone was always going on about the shark movie, and I'm like, that's called
Every so
National
often, throw it
Geographic.
on. It's not bad.
I saw it in a movie theater. I'm like, man, I can see why people were into this. It's pretty good.
Have you never seen it before?
No, I'd seen it multiple
I was about to
times.
say, I feel like all of us have seen it many times.
It's been a while
You're like,
since I last saw it, but
Just walking around in the modern day, and you're like, "You guys know about The Godfather? Have you guys seen
What
this
is
shit?"
this?
Yeah.
There's
So
no
good.
shark thing?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What was it? Oh, I was watching it, and I was also like, man, Richard Dreyfuss, what like a really cute, trying to be masculine kind of guy in that movie. Do you know what I mean?
I know
Like,
exactly what you mean.
like he has like a very like soft smile. He's got the tooth gap. He's got like
Yeah.
a kind of doughy face, but it's like underneath that beard and curly hair.
He's such a
And you're-
sweetheart, and then he grew
Yeah.
up to be like such an asshole.
Did he? I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
I don't really know what Richard Dreyfuss is up to these days.
Yeah, what happened?
I only know from another podcast that I guess he just grew up and was like a real piece of shit to people because he was like,
Damn.
I'm that guy from Jaws and
Oh,
The
he's like the
Abyss
Jaws
or whatever.
Yeah, but he
whatever
wasn't
else
like
he's
the
in.
badass in Jaws. He knows that.
No,
right?
no, not at all.
Say,
But
he
I
was
think
like
he,
he was- guy.
I think he was the one that rose
Well,
to
I know,
fame.
like the
What was
the cool one.
What was that?
I think he was the one that rose to fame, so people started to recognize him more. And then he was in The Abyss?
He was in American Graffiti,
Mm.
and then I think he was in Close Encounters of the Third
Oh, it was Close
Kind.
Encounters. That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah, and did that come first or did Jaws come first?
I think
Close
Jaws
Encounters
came
was
first.
Second,
Jaws
I
came.
believe.
Gotcha. And
Yeah.
then there was then Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and then I don't really know what else he's been up to.
I'm not
I don't know,
sure.
but I mean, those two by themselves are
Well,
enough.
also American Graffiti's Lucas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
All right,
Star
there you go.
Wars
Those three.
Lucas.
Yeah, that was the movie.
what I
That
thought.
was the movie he made just before
New
Star
Hope.
Wars.
Yeah.
New Hope. Yeah.
Well,
I'm
now-
pretty sure that because American Graffiti was made for like nothing, and it made a pretty decent chunk of change. I'm pretty sure that was what like quietly funded Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because
well, also,
He like
Well,
started
also-
his own studio because he was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing this all myself." Because I'm
well,
like a
also,
solo
admittedly,
guy.
he was a guy who wasn't really afraid to get into debt.
Oh, yeah.
There was This is something I do talk about on the tours actually, but
Hell
we talk
yeah.
about The Godfather. Coppola and Lucas, I forget the name of the movie, but they made a sci-fi movie with Robert Duvall.
Mm.
It has a really clunky name. It's like X1273. Like it has a like really clunky name, kind of a very stiff and boring premise.
Okay.
It's kind of cool visually, but it's not like it's only really a cult movie because it was made by George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh yes, you're talking about THX 1138, right?
Yeah, that one
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, see, he actually knows it.
Yeah.
But that movie bombed so hard, and they
Yes.
were $400,000 in debt.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's actually why Coppola took The Godfather.
Oh, there. No
Right.
shit. There you go.
Because they were
And
like,
that,
hey,
yeah, that was
make
also
money.
like part of the like Lucas had this idea that he couldn't hone, and that was it. And then eventually, what was it? His wife was like, "No, this is the real story," and then he made Star Wars.
yeah, well, yeah, he's George Lucas. I love him because he's one of those creatives who, like, kind of like you're saying, he kind of needed to be honed in. Like, he's a really
Yes, he does.
he's a really creative guy. He has a lot of good ideas, but they just go too far everywhere. So, like, he needed people like his wife to hone it in. I mean, that's the reason why, like, you know, the last two movies of the original trilogy are, like, directed by other people.
Exactly.
Because they're the ones who were like,
Yeah.
okay. I think one of my favorite things I ever heard was I think Han Solo was originally supposed to be a lizard.
That's
Nice.
And then,
Hell
and
yeah.
then another person,
I love it.
Another person I think more people are starting to realize is like, this is Dan Aykroyd.
It needs to be honed in.
Yeah, he needed to be honed
Yeah,
in.
that's true.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite story is about the Blues Brothers script.
Mhm.
So, Dan Aykroyd wrote the Blues Brothers script all by himself. It was 200 pages long.
That's insane.
Yeah, for the audience at home,
It's unacceptable.
for the audience at home, the average comedy script back in the day, and even to this day, is 90 pages.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
for reference, it's like a minute a page, roughly. So
Yeah.
if you have like a 60-page script, it's like a 60-minute movie. So 200 pages is
Yes.
out of control.
Yes, that's 3 hours and 20 minutes long.
For the
Yeah.
Blues Brothers.
Yeah, for-
It's a
Yeah,
great
and so-
comedy
and-
length.
Yeah, and so he went to John Landis, who directed the Blues Brothers, and he was like, "Hey, like, do you want to direct this movie?" And John Landis like flipped through, and he's like, "You know, we can't make this. Like, you have to like cut down." And Dan Aykroyd was like, "Okay, that's your job." So he basically told John Landis, "Find the 90 best pages out of 200."
Just make that.
Yeah, and he just whittled it down to what we see in the Blues, which is why when you watch the movie, it's still like crazy. It's just
Yeah.
slightly more coherent.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing with Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, I think, was also like 200 pages, like a crazy amount. He gives it to Ivan Reitman, and Ivan Reitman's like, we can't make this. And he's like, well, you find what's good.
Just find the best parts and trade.
Yeah. Well, also, like, I think the Ghostbusters were originally supposed to go to, like, outer space.
I think they were
that's
supposed
true.
to.
Oh my God.
It was way more paranormal.
Yeah, it
originally.
was like they were supposed to go to outer space. I think, like, there's more, like, aliens.
Yeah.
I think that's why ghosts were on Earth, because there was aliens who were creating ghosts. It was, like, it was a bonker script, possibly fueled by a little something.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Dude, going back to Lucas, my favorite thing about him is, like, I've always heard stories about how he just, like, hated actors. Like, he was like, I want to make a movie literally by myself with no one but myself in, like, my garage. He was like, I don't want to work with actors. He's like, I don't want to work with other screenwriters. I don't want to, like, I just want to do it. And then everyone was like, you're a psycho. You're not going to get anything done. And he's like, oh, okay.
That's what, like, to me, I'll be honest, like, I don't know how you guys feel about them. And honestly, maybe we'll cover them one day because they're right kind of in our years. But when it comes to the Star Wars prequels, I know people our age is kind of a very divided topic. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I think the behind the scenes of it is so fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have a guy that has very vocal about, like, not liking directing. He said it many times. Doesn't like working with actors. He doesn't like directing.
Yeah.
He asked many people to direct the prequels. Nobody wanted to do it because the pressure was insane. And then
Well, also, I don't think the writing... Cause he's
well,
like,
that's the thing.
Yeah,
So
like,
you have this very creative guy, but at the time, he was the man.
Yeah.
So no one wanted to reel him in because he was like this brilliant guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, now we know. But
Well, I don't think he's unbrilliant. I think
Well,
he just needs a tether.
well, exactly.
Yeah.
But when you have, like, the original maker of Star Wars coming back a decade or two later to make these prequels, are you going to be the guy that says, hey, I think we should reel this in a little bit, maybe change this?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
Yes, I'll be that
Nick
guy.
would do it. You're right, Nick would do it.
I'm producing the next trilogy.
If Nick wasn't in that room, you get what happened. And I think it's such an interesting case study.
Yeah.
But do you two like the prequels? Is that a sheer curiosity I have to ask?
I think they're kind of funny. Like, I think they're enjoyable to watch, not in the way
It was intended.
it was intended. Except episode 2. I think episode 2 is, like, it's too boring and it's not funny enough in an ironic way.
Yeah, it could be a tough watch.
Yeah, where I'm just like, man, this movie's slow. And, like, that one, Phantom Menace is at least, like, kind of funny in an ironic way.
Yeah, you can laugh at Phantom Menace. And Revenge.
Actually, but also Revenge seems like a more earnest effort at making a good movie. And so I think that's what I would say a solid movie.
Okay.
Like, you won't get mad if you watch it. I'm not clamoring to watch it. But, like, if I do watch it, I'm like, okay, you know what? He at least had
the most effort is in this one.
Yeah, he had the most series of steps of, like, trying to tell something coherent and interesting and, like, not a weird, complicated, like, trade union dispute, which is also the other thing, like...
In, like, a kid's movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I think that episode 3 is quite fun, and I quite like that one. Episode 2, I hate, and then episode 1, I dislike up until, like, the final battle. That shit rules.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
I do think one day that's such a greenlit, interesting trilogy.
Oh, 100%.
Have to cover.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, the prequels?
Yeah. Which was never been brought up on the show somehow. I think we just kind of been avoiding it for such a daunting task.
I think there are also other incredible podcasts and documentaries about that specifically. I feel like that
True, it's kind of been talked
trilogy has kind of been done quite a bit, but I think doing it in our own silly little way could be fun. The only
problem is it's not sponsored by Paramount.
That's very true.
We can't legally
we can't.
do it.
Right.
But
we can't have Mason
the
on.
brand new show, Dexter Resurrection.
Oh,
on
no.
Friday.
Oh no.
Let me watch all of Dexter and then all of the Dexter sequel and then get to Resurrection and then New Blood.
All available on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Yes. To get to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's talk SpongeBob really quick. So,
Yes.
Mason, you chose this movie. Let's hear childhood stories. So, why this movie? I know this resonated, I'm sure, for all of us, but kind of where does SpongeBob live in your life? Did you grow up with it? What was your thing?
So SpongeBob, I mean, on top of just the fact that I used to watch it all the time.
Sure.
It, it was just like it's kind of like the number one show on Nickelodeon, probably.
Mm-hmm.
like when I was younger, before streaming and stuff, like we had like a Blockbuster video that we would go to. But what my parents more often than not would love to go to was the library. Their hope was that I would get books and stuff, which I
Never happened.
I didn't really read until middle school. But they had like the DVD rack, and there's only like 30 DVDs, and most of them aren't good. But one that I would always see and I would always pick out was like the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, and I would be perpetually like checking out the SpongeBob. Like literally, we'd return it, and then like later that week or the next week, my parents would be like, "Okay, get something from the library," and I would just get the SpongeBob movie. Yeah, and I would just like watch it again, and I would just like watch, and to a point where like my brother was like, "Mason, you have to like get something else," and I was like, "No, I just want to watch."
Yeah, why?
I'm like, I just want to watch the SpongeBob movie.
It's still here. Why do I have to get anything else?
Yeah, exactly. And so I would just like watch it constantly, and then I think like in hindsight now, it's also because I didn't really realize. I think like I knew deep down it was a funnier movie than I like reacted to it when I was younger, but like it is kind of insane like how everything comes about in the movie. Like first off, the fact that it's a movie within a movie. Because the idea is because the idea that's all, which is already like kind of a wild concept for a kids movie.
It's a Lion King 1.5.
Yeah. But like the idea that like these pirates like get these tickets, that's the treasure that they wanted, and then they go to the movies and watch it. That's already like kind of ridiculous but really funny. Stuff like the David Hasselhoff thing. I didn't even really know. I didn't know what Baywatch was. Sure. I just like knew of David Hasselhoff purely from this movie. But it's such like a it's such like a ridiculous thing, but you just kind of like love it. And I think it was just a movie that I think I just loved how ridiculous it was. As I got older, I also kind of understood how funny it was, like funnier than I first thought.
Yeah.
Also, like I think I just liked watching because it was a lot more. The animation in that movie is a lot more pleasant than the TV show was. Not that the TV show looked bad, but like the TV show it's television level animation, whereas like this was like
you can tell the budget.
Yeah, like you can see there's actually a shadow on like SpongeBob's body, and you're like, oh, like it just was more pleasant to watch. So it was just like this movie I just always kind of had, and so always kind of knew.
Hell yeah, I love that. Pelton, over to you.
Okay, this was a fascinating watch. Because we watched this together.
Yes.
I went to Mason's apartment. We watched this together.
Oh, you guys watched this together for the show?
Yeah.
I love it.
We both live in LA, so we're like, screw it, we'll go watch this together.
We're also like 15 minutes from each other.
Yeah, we're not that far.
Yeah.
We recently moved even closer just to be next to me, he said. So let's go watch it together. And I got to be honest, I was under the assumption, which happens a lot on the show, that I'd never seen it. Now, and then I saw the poster because we pulled it up on ParamountPlus.com, which you can get a free trial.
Oh my god!
Right
or a free membership if you work there. You can get a tour with Mason Jeffrey. Currently, he gives out great tours. Anyway, so you pulled up the listing for it. I almost said it while sitting next to you, and I didn't. But the poster was there, and there was like Neptune on it and all this shit, and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what this is. So I think I must have watched this like on cable. I just thought it was like an episode. Yeah, I didn't realize it was like a thing. Like with the commercial breaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, interesting.
I was just like a kid, so there was just breaks and
that's interesting because I feel like they didn't like play it that much like on Nickelodeon actually.
I have no clue.
I would argue quite the opposite, at least from my childhood, because I watched this so much on cable, and I think that's why it like got burned into my brain so much. Because also like I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob growing up, like just period. Like it was like not a thing that we watched in my household until like, there was a certain point when I was like, I don't know, 10, 11, where my parents were like, yeah, okay, go. Like you're hanging out with your friends and you're watching it, so like go for it. And then as I started to watch it more and more, like that was one of the, what I thought was an episode would just play over and over and over. And I was like, oh, this rules. Because also like, rewatching these movies, you realize like a lot of the run times you don't even register when you're a kid. It either feels a lot longer or a lot shorter than what the actual runtime is because you have no fucking perception of time. But yeah, no, this was definitely one where like every single and as we go through the plot, like I'll talk about it, but like every single thing that happened in this movie, I was like, oh, this is burned in my brain.
Yeah.
All of the jokes,
100%.
all of the songs, all of the characters, like every
Certain
single
lines.
gag, everything that happens. It's very, very.
We were
It's
watching
all
it, and I was like, I thought you were gonna get annoyed by it. I would like say the lines, like
Yeah, you would. You would do everything.
Yeah, because I'd like watch it so much. Like when it was like from A to Y.
Yep.
And Karen's like, "What about Z?" And he's like, "Z," and like, and he's like, "It's lemon
Rummaging
scented."
Yeah.
Though I gotta be honest, I think it's the most fun I've had watching a movie for this show. Just seeing like the
Nice.
pure joy of Mason
Yeah.
Jeffrey watching the SpongeBob movie was amazing.
And also,
I wish I was
well,
there.
I also had like, I tried to refrain because I knew I was going to do this,
Sure.
but I also knew like a lot of trivia ahead of time. So,
Yeah, that's true.
Like down to like the cast and stuff too. Like I remember, like you didn't know it was Jeffrey Tambor.
No.
You didn't know it was Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson.
Johansson.
Yeah, you didn't know it was Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
You didn't know Alec Baldwin was in
Nope.
it either. I'm trying to remember if there was
Who was
like
Alec Baldwin?
he's Dennis. He's the bounty hunter.
Oh my god.
See, even Nick didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, that one's like a
jeez.
bit more under the radar because like Alec Baldwin, when he's not doing like the Jack Donaghy voice, he has a pretty like standard, just kind of gruff voice.
Yeah.
Which is why he was good as Dennis. But like this is also like for all these people, it was like I think Jennifer Aniston was like 18 when she recorded. Jeffrey Tambor had like done like I think he had just done the first season of Arrested Development, but he wasn't like an A-list star. He was just like kind of a fairly well-known guy. Alec Baldwin was, definitely up there, but like
Yeah. And Scarlett Johansson, Lost in Translation was out. at
and
that point,
Ghost
maybe?
World, Lost in Translation. Yeah, but like she wasn't ScarJo.
Yeah, not at the level she's
Yeah,
now.
it's like
but-
she's Scarlett Johansson. She's not ScarJo.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Uh,
And so like Pelton was just like, wait, really? And I was like, yeah.
Dude, it was bizarre.
do you have more trivia outside of the cast?
I think my only favorite thing, and this could actually probably lead into the plot.
Yeah.
I also realized this as I was watching it, and then had it confirmed at work, which is that the plot is essentially the Odyssey.
Is that true?
Well, like I want you to like think about it. So like SpongeBob is like sent on a quest, and really as you watch the movie, it's just him kind of going after random trial after random trial after random trial. One of them being fighting a Cyclops, which is like
literal Cyclops.
yes,
that's
exactly,
true.
which is like a little on the nose, and it's not like strictly the Odyssey. It's not like he runs into sirens. It's not like he runs into these things, but it is like
It's like the loose idea of an obstacle.
yeah, the loose idea of a series of obstacles that must be overcome to get to the final goal, which is essentially
Dang.
like yeah, but like if you watch, and that's why like if you watch the movie, when you think about it, it kind of is just like a series of just like SpongeBob episodes or sketches.
Well, maybe that's why me and Nick had this thought that it was just a series of episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of structured like that.
Yeah, because it's basically structured as like, okay, Krusty Krab 2 opens, he gets
Yeah.
sent on the quest. The first stop is the Thug Tug, which is the biker bar that he's
Right.
at. Yeah, he's at the biker bar. That's its own challenge. He then, the monster who tempts him with ice cream, that's its own challenge.
Mm.
He has to get through like the evil canyon, that's its own challenge. Dennis is his own challenge. I think Dennis is also supposed to be like Poseidon. Like, because
Interesting.
in the Odyssey, Poseidon hunts down Odysseus.
Sure.
He
Oh,
faces
sure.
he faces the Cyclops. He faces
Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin
Dude,
Hoffman.
fuck, I get that wrong.
David
Didn't I
Hasselhoff.
get that wrong when we
Yeah,
watched it?
and I'm like, that's a
I
very.
always call him Dustin Hoffman.
I'm like, that's
which
a.
is not even
I'm like, that's a
close.
very different celebrity.
Very different
Oh, what was it?
celebrity.
Shell City, like the store with all the knickknacks.
Yeah.
And then like finally like Plankton at the end, and it really is just like a series of just. It's not like one consistent trial he's going through. It's just a series of things
Right.
that like leads him to his goal.
You had the very loose structure of the Odyssey.
Yeah,
kinda matches.
exactly. Plus, like it's there's like an aquatic theme to it, and
That is true.
I was talking to a friend at work, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like Steve Hillenburg, like he framed it that way,
Like on purpose.
Like he was like he specifically framed it in a way that was kind of loosely like the Odyssey."
When I'm sitting in the theater for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, the only thing I will be thinking about is
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
SpongeBob did this first.
yeah. He was that was pure inspiration for Mr. Ellen. Okay, going into
ParamountPlus.com.
the production sponsored by Mason Jeffrey. Okay, production of this movie, naturally directed by Steven Hillenburg. This is the creator of SpongeBob. This is our boy. And again, apologies if any of this is incorrect, because we get all of our information from Wikipedia. We love it. Okay, this is edited by Lynn Hobson, who was the editor of Get ready. Hotel Transylvania 4. Transformers 1, which actually was really good. And then was the associate editor on Penguins of Madagascar, Megamind, Shrek Forever After, How to Train Your Dragon, Monsters vs. Aliens, and many, many animated TV shows.
So a big greenlit character.
Yes. Huge animation editor.
Not character.
Yeah.
I felt kind of wrong. It's a real person.
Yeah.
But...
Also, all those are DreamWorks too, which we didn't used to own, but we used to be Paramount used to be in association with them.
Do you have any association with them now?
Like if it's like a legacy property, so like Puss in Boots is technically made by DreamWorks, which is owned by Universal now.
Oh fuck, we hate Puss in Boots.
But well, no, because they still premiered it at our theater.
Oh, we love Puss in Boots.
Yeah, Puss in Boots rules.
Yeah. So like if it's like a legacy, if it's like a legacy thing like that, then we still kind of work with them in some fashion. So I think we distributed it.
Okay.
But that's besides the point. But yeah, but Lee Dobson, you said.
Lynn Hobson, close enough.
Lynn Hobson. Yeah.
That's the cousin.
Okay, this is one of my favorite parts of the show. Pelton and now Mason. Do you guys want to guess the budget and guess the gross of this movie?
Oh, I feel like I looked
because
at it the other day.
it had a gross. I don't know if it was necessarily like
was there a
widely distributed, but it has a gross. Yeah.
Yeah, this was in movie theaters. Like,
no shit.
Yes.
Well, this is also expected to be the end of SpongeBob.
Oh,
see, that I
Yeah.
didn't know.
To
To me, it's the end of SpongeBob.
Well, like, here's the thing. I think Hillenburg wanted it to be the end of SpongeBob. It was
Yeah.
such a moneymaker that they were like, well, can we continue SpongeBob? And he said, I guess, but I just won't be a showrunner.
And now it's 2025 and it still exists.
whoops.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it means it's still making money.
Yeah, no, good for them. That's great.
If I had to guess the budget, I feel like I looked this up the other day. I want to say the budget was something like 15 to 20 million. And then
That's low.
And then I want to. Well, it was like 2D animation still in the year when 3D animation.
I guess that's true.
And then I
You
want
have
to
some live action.
with a little. But live. I'll get to live action stuff later because it's actually really impressive. Oh, we also got to tell them about the robot and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Tell me about the robot.
No,
We'll get there.
Okay.
But for budget, I'll say 15, 20 million, and then I think the gross was like 250 million.
Whoa, I was
Okay.
gonna say less than that, but
Pelton, you want to give it a shot?
I'll say budget. I think you're probably right because it is 2D animation, and there are some live action elements, but it is short and it's 2D. I'll say it's 2025. I'll go a little higher.
Okay.
And budget, I'm gonna go a little lower. I mean, I'm sorry,
Gross.
I'll go a little lower, but not by a lot. I'm gonna say it made like 150 million to 200 million.
Pretty damn close. Budget was 30 million, so almost
there
on
you
the
go.
money, and then they grossed 141. So right
Oh,
right
no
there.
shit, there you
Yeah.
go.
Also, I immediately thought about it. I know the robot story, and I know about
Oh, you
it.
do?
So I because that was a piece of lore that I was told about growing up that I forgot about until you guys just said the robot, and I was like, oh my god.
You forgot about the robot.
Yes, we can get to that at the end of production. So the VHS release is known for being the last animated film by Nickelodeon Movies to be released on the platform. Interesting.
Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I watched it on DVD at the library, not on VHS.
Yeah, fuck
shit.
Oh no, I got my VHS tapes too.
Oh, we love. Is it? Can you watch? Wait, is it on ParamountPlus.com?
That's what we
Probably.
watched it on.
Then I love it.
That was literally the. By the way, you don't have to say like .com. It's like an application too. Like it's a platform. It's not a
Application.
website.
Application
Full
as
title.
well?
We watch it on my TV. It's a smart TV. It's not like
No,
if
you
we
guys went to
typed in-
Safari on the TV.
ParamountPlus.com. It's an ad. You can get it on a smart TV as well.
We watched it on my
Sounds
smart
like
TV.
such a magical website. We should all get on it.
Anyway, proceed, Nicholas.
Okay. This movie was nominated for an Annie Award for Best Animated Feature against Ghost in the Shell 2, Innocence. I don't know what the fuck that is. Shrek 2, and The Incredibles. Who do you think of those four won the Annie?
I think probably Incredibles.
I would have guessed Incredibles
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie was long planned by Nickelodeon and Paramount. They had approached series creator Steven Hillenburg for a film based on SpongeBob SquarePants, but he refused for more than a year. Hillenburg was concerned after watching The Iron Giant and Toy Story with his son about the challenge of SpongeBob and Patrick doing something more cinematically consequential and inspiring without losing what he called the SpongeBob cadence. Hillenburg believed that the film's story had to be SpongeBob in a great adventure, hence the Odyssey. That's where the comedy's coming from, having these two naive characters, SpongeBob and Patrick, a doofus and an idiot, that's his words, on this incredibly dangerous, heroic Odyssey with all the odds against them. And in 2002, Hillenburg and the show's staff stopped making episodes to work on the film after the show's third season was completed. And when news of production on the film was announced, the show's staff made a joke plot for the film, which had SpongeBob rescue Patrick from a fisherman in Florida. Hell yeah. A reference to the plot of Finding Nemo. So that is essentially how it got made a little bit. Writing,
some things did carry over then too, because it was the fisherman thing kind of got carried over in like
scuba
diver in Shell City, and like they had to go to Shell City. So it's something that did still kind of carry over.
Yeah.
I also the one thing that surprised me. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, good, you're good.
The one thing that surprised me the most about what you said there was the movie was after season 3.
Yeah.
That's really early on.
Yeah.
And the full legacy of things.
Well, movie was 2004, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so the first season was 1999.
Wow.
Which would have gone from 1999 to 2000. So then second season would have been 2000, 2001, and then 2001, 2002 for season 3.
Sure, and then the movie was
and then just
in between 3 and 4.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I'm just it just caught me off guard because for one, SpongeBob is now known as like this decade-long running show, but also I know you just said it was kind of meant to be the ending. So I just in my head I went, oh, it's probably like 6 or 7 seasons deep.
No.
It was only 3 seasons. It was gonna end there.
Yeah. I don't think people really. Well, I don't think they thought like SpongeBob was gonna have the longevity that it did. Well, because you gotta think about cartoons. Like the longest running cartoon at that time would have probably just been The Simpsons, which in 1999 would have been 10 years old, which is still
so crazy.
You know?
Yeah, which is
so
which
insane.
is still pretty crazy. But they still probably, because other than that, there's probably no other real show that really
came close.
That really went beyond that. I mean,
especially kids shows. 'Cause Simpsons aimed towards adults, obviously.
Yeah, so but it's also kind of soft enough that like the whole family could watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but that is they probably didn't think it was gonna last that long.
Fair.
Well, also I think there'd been plenty of movies too that ended kid show. Like Transformers had one. Like the original Transformers movie, I think ended
the show.
Ended the Saturday.
So it was a common thing.
Yeah, it wasn't unheard of to end a show in that way. So I think that's. But I think just Nickelodeon, it was just such a big hit that they were just like, well, we got to keep it going even after.
I was just thinking about as you were speaking, I was thinking about shows that are really big successes that are kind of new, and the first one that came to my mind was Bluey. And if you guys have been on social media at all in the last 48 hours, they just announced a movie, and I just looked it up. It's only on its 3rd season. So
there you go.
It's I don't know. I mean, R.I.P. to Bluey if they ended after the movie.
Not.
No, I agree. But no, yeah, it's to me that's the most comparable, and I guess in that context it makes sense. But still, thinking about how long SpongeBob has been going on, it feels like that would have been a season 5, season 6 type of move, right? Especially because of how iconic the movie is. Not that the early. I mean, I think the early seasons of the show are equally as iconic, but
yeah. Well, I think what also helps, at least for these types of shows, is that it's a 15-minute show, not a 20-minute show.
True.
Right.
So really, when you watch an episode of SpongeBob, you're watching 2.
Yeah.
So even if they say, let's say they were oh, we have a 22-episode season, they really have a 44-episode season. Mm-hmm. So by the time you do 3 seasons, that's 128 episodes.
So it feels like a lot.
So it feels like a lot more than it probably is.
3 seasons. That's a good point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it probably did feel like it was this way bigger show, because it was oh, they were cranking out a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
It was just they were shorter episodes.
Yeah.
That's fair. A lot of episodes, a lot of ideas.
And it's probably the same with Bluey too. Like Bluey's probably
Bluey's
that,
like 150 something. So right there.
There you go.
And they're short. They're short episodes.
Yeah. Well, I think Bluey's a little bit more younger age. Yeah.
2025 TikTok children.
Also, didn't Paw Patrol just have a movie too?
Paw Patrol.
And they're relatively new.
I think
They've
Paw
had a
Patrol's
couple
had like
movies.
They've had a couple movies. Yeah, I think they had 2 movies.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but they started like maybe like 2018 or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and they've had like 2 movies since. I don't know if they do Paw Patrol anymore though.
Oh, is it officially done? Because I know Saw Patrol happened.
Well, you know where Paw Patrol lives currently.
Is it
Paramount
Is
Plus.
Is it
ParamountPlus.com? Yeah, it's Nickelodeon. It's a Nickelodeon show.
ParamountPlus.com.
I know our Nickelodeon. Yeah.
Did you know you can access Paramount Plus on a smart TV?
Yeah, I know.
I just found that out.
Yeah.
Dude, you've been typing it into web browser this whole time on your smart TV.
I know, right? Even when you were at my apartment, you were typing it in your phone. And I was like,
it's like the first app that opens, and he's like, no,
I was like,
out of here. I
was like, I have the Fire Stick right here.
Yeah.
Like, you want South Park right after?
Paw Patrol the movie.
The new episode of Dexter Resurrection.
Yeah. Wait, actually, that's another great example of a show, South Park. Their first episode, 1997. Their movie, 1999.
Oh
Crazy.
yeah, that's true. That's
So there were also 2, maybe 3 seasons, and then
they had a movie, and they're still going.
Yeah, they're still going.
Season 1 of Pokemon came out in 1997. Pokemon, the first movie, came out in 1998.
Oh, there you go. Next year.
Yeah, crazy. And Paw Patrol the movie, by the way, 2021. Paw Patrol the Mighty movie, 2023. Paw Patrol the Dino movie, scheduled for 2026.
Yes!
It's coming, baby. Paramount
Thank
Plus.
God.
Yeah. Count me in.
Oh, I'm going to be... dude, that day I'll be on ParamountPlus.com.
I'm getting a subscription.
Okay. Can't wait to watch... Yeah, keep going, Nick.
Sorry, dude, I'm going to derail this with this podcast the whole episode.
Okay, writing for this movie took 3 months and was done by 5 writers of the show. And it's interesting when we think about, like, all the little vignettes of, like, yeah, that kind of makes sense with the progression of, like, if you're writing, like, mini episodes and just the timing. That all not super shocking.
In a good way, it feels like the writers from the show. You can tell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like, I think it's
sure.
the same staff.
Yeah, you can totally tell.
Yeah, there were a number of stages involved in the making of the movie, beginning with a rough animation process of ideas drawn on Post-it notes, as most animated films are done. The writers drew working from rough outlines rather than scripts, which made the humor more visual than verbal. Again, this is very common for animation. A lot of times there either is a script that is created much later in the process, or sometimes no script at all. They're just like, you know what? Do all the physical stuff. You're going to really direct the hell out of the character animation. And then with SpongeBob, you get the physical gags, which I love. The SpongeBob SquarePants movie, like the series, was animated at Rough Draft Studios in South Korea. Had no idea that was a thing. The animators worked semi-digitally with pencil-drawn poses that would be composited into layouts in Photoshop. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say animating in Korea is a pretty common practice.
It is?
Yeah, like, basically any, like... Here's the thing to know about animation. Almost any popular show in America is animated in Korea.
There's got to be a reason for that.
It's cheaper.
I didn't know specifically in Korea, but I knew it was overseas because it was cheaper.
Yeah, but it was like Gravity Falls, Family Guy, Simpsons, like SpongeBob. They're all animated in Korea because it's just a lot cheaper. Yeah, you can just do it cheaply there. But they still have to do animatics and stuff here. Yeah, that's also why like the animation timeline is like actually roughly like 9 months.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, that's why, like, there's big... On top of the fact that they write it and make it, here's the dirty little secret people don't actually know. You were, like, talking about, like, live-action stuff, and I was like, oh, maybe the budget increased there. The live-action stuff was probably the cheapest
It's the cheapest, yeah.
Really?
100%.
Yeah, live-action's way cheaper to do. Because you just need...
Yeah.
You just need, like, a few people on set to shoot it. To animate, you need like hundreds of people.
Well, I guess that's true.
Unless you have like a more simple, like rigged animation is typically done more in country. So I think like BoJack, you know how they kind of like seem like they always have like the same movements.
Yeah.
So like that's rigged. So like they just have like a skeleton that they can like manipulate. That's more done in country just because it's a little bit cheaper. But if you want like nice hand drawn animation, you kind of got to go to Korea.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Again, not to rag on this movie. I really don't mean this in a negative way, but I assumed kind of because it was a 2D like still TV show looking esque movie that it would have been cheaper than the live action stuff with like a big celebrity and sets and all that.
Yeah.
But sure enough, I guess I'm definitely wrong.
Yeah.
No,
Well, not only that.
Yeah, usually, especially with 2D, like Mason was saying, like it's artist hours specifically because these people are hand drawing every single frame, and also, yeah, I mean like the for 3D, like the rig itself is pretty difficult and takes time to build, but once you build it, then you just have a fully manipulatable.
Manipulatable.
Yes.
There it is.
A character, and then you can kind of fuck with it from there. So it's very
Yeah.
interesting.
3D
Yeah.
3D is more common in country.
It is.
Yeah.
Because it's just cheaper once it's done.
Cheaper is a relative term, but like you can, again, it's all rigged, so you can just kind of like, you're basically just doing math algorithms
Okay.
Yeah.
to like move the model.
Puppeteering.
Whereas, yeah, exactly. Whereas 2D animation is like
It's all hand drawn.
Yeah, even if you have common gestures, like
Yeah, you gotta make
they
that
still
shit
got-
up. You gotta
They
draw
gotta
it.
still like move them.
God, fuck
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, plus then if you also have very dynamic things like
Yeah.
like when they're like crying on the ground, like it's like really weird absurdist animation, and so then you got to kind of make that up from wholesale too.
Right.
Yeah.
Like any of the exaggerated
Yeah.
moves, which especially in SpongeBob or like these types of shows that have very like fluid characters that move in weird ways. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. So it's there you go.
Well, it's also like it baffles my mind how any of this shit is fucking made. Because if you even like a show like SpongeBob, you have these 2D animations, but that shit's pumping out an episode a week.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
Well, for one thing, your episodes are well, here's the thing. It's easier to do it on TV because there are certain areas you can cut corners.
You can kind of like cheat it a little.
Well, like the main thing is shadows. So in this movie, if you watch it, characters have shadows.
yeah, you said that. That's
Characters
true.
have shadows. They have kind of more fluid movements. Like you can kind of like move them around a bit more. If you watch like regular SpongeBob, the characters don't really have shadows on their bodies or anything like
Okay.
that. Because it's just an extra detail that they're like, well, people don't really need
They
to
don't
see
really
that.
have like the time
Yeah,
for it.
or like your backgrounds, you can kind of just have them stock.
Yeah,
So-
they don't have to even be in motion really.
Yeah, exactly.
We talked about this in a previous episode. I can't remember which, but Over the Garden Wall. That show in particular has almost primarily static backgrounds. So they're very like
really?
painterly and very beautiful, but it's one shot. It doesn't really move. Sometimes you have like a slight pan, but for the most part, it's very static, and then it's just character animation. So
Yeah.
it's less dynamic, than like where every single leaf is like moving in the background. It's not as crazy.
Or like regular show, like if you watch it, it's a very flat show.
Yes.
Like really, it's just kind of like shot.
Very regular.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
like
call
shot, and then like one person on one side, one person on the other side. It's a very like kind of simple looking show if you really look at it. Then there's other shows who break that mold, like Adventure Time breaks that mold pretty often. But they'll still often set their episodes in one location, just so they don't have to like
Make it not as
Well,
complex.
also here's the other thing I found this out from a teacher of mine who was in the animation guild. You got to pay per background, and it's thousands of dollars per background. It's like tens of thousands of dollars per background, and so that's why a lot of animators are kind of encouraged to
Stay in
like,
the same location.
just stay in the same location, kind of keep it simple, reuse locations because then you have those
Yeah,
assets.
exactly.
Yeah. So that's why a show like SpongeBob, I mean, the benefit of Bikini Bottom is your background's kind of the same no matter where you are.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
So once you have it, you have it.
Exactly. So that's why, like, like SpongeBob can crank out so many episodes because all they got to really worry about is
I guess
character
that's
animals.
true. They have all the assets already
Yeah.
down.
Like jellyfish always fly the same way. SpongeBob always walks the same way.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. There's not really a lot of dynamic angles that they're trying to get with the characters. It's pretty, like...
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
It's like
Once you introduce Goo Lagoon, you have Goo Lagoon forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, just out of curiosity, is Regular Time or Adventure Time, are either of those owned by Paramount Plus?
Those are both Warner Brothers properties because they're Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
So I can't support them, I'm afraid.
I'll
they're
support
both
them. I like-
kick-ass shows. They're
No,
so
I
good.
can't stand with this. I'm sorry. I hate the two. I hate those shows.
I
Damn.
rewatched a lot of regular show with my friends in college. when I would visit home, and
Oh.
I forgot how good that show was.
It's
so
like
much fun. It's batshit crazy, but it's so much fun.
Yeah, no, SpongeBob and regular show kind of land in this like area of like not stoner but definitely stoner shows. Like they're meant for kids, but at the same time, like they're probably also low key meant for like college people who are like could like get a little ripped and then like watch the show and be like, oh, this show's crazy.
Sure.
Actually, one of my favorite stories from my dad. He was telling me about the first time he learned about SpongeBob, and he learned it from a hockey buddy. And so SpongeBob was made in 1999. My brother was born in 1999.
Okay.
So he wasn't really going to be able to watch SpongeBob until like 5 years later when he can like comprehend what he's seeing on the television. And I guess and like when my brother got to that age, he put on SpongeBob, and my dad was like, "Wait, this show was real?" Because he thought his hockey buddy was making it up. Because he's like, "Yeah, man, it's this show about like a sponge, and he works in like a burger restaurant, and he lives in a pineapple underwater, and like he's got this pet snail, man." And my dad was like, "I think this guy's on drugs."
Definitely on drugs.
Yeah, but then my dad was like, "Wait, this show is real?" And then not only that, like his kids would watch it constantly.
It's fucking SpongeBob.
It
Yeah.
is absolutely incredible. The last note I have on production, I'll pass it over to you guys because it's about what you guys brought up before. So if you wanna take it away.
I'm assuming this is the robot.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Mason, would you wait to tell them about the robot?
Yeah, well, because you didn't know until I told you about it.
No,
right?
I had no idea.
Okay, yeah. So in the film, there's the part where David Hasselhoff, out of nowhere, is like, "I can swim you to the bikini bottom."
Yes.
So they get David Hasselhoff. They have him like swim out. They have him do all this stuff. Now here's the issue. A lot of the stuff with David Hasselhoff, is like close-ups on his back, on his legs, and they're animating SpongeBob and crew on top of that. Now, you can't really consistently have a camera on those parts of David Hasselhoff while he swims. On top of that, there's a part where like David Hasselhoff like positions his body like a torpedo and kind of like a speedboat like drives across the water. So what Nickelodeon did when they made the movie was they made it's like double the size of him, almost triple the size of him. This like robotic model of David Hasselhoff with a boat motor underneath it.
Which is so
Yeah,
insane.
that way they could drive him like in the ocean or in a water tank.
Yep.
And then also if they just put him in a stationary water tank, they could just have like water splashing around, and then keep the camera stationary on those parts. That way it's easier for them to animate Patrick and SpongeBob on top of them.
Yes.
It is crazy. And if you look up the photos of it, it is insane.
Well, it's insane, but if you think about it, it is kind of genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: they had to do it.
Yeah,
You can't have David Hasselhoff there the whole time. Like, you would not be able to animate on top of that. Well, plus, like, if you watch, like, you know, when they're on Hasselhoff's back, like if he was actually swimming, like his shoulder blades would be like.
Yeah, you would be screwed.
Yeah, exactly. On top of that, I don't know if you guys have ever covered Roger Rabbit on the show.
Not yet.
But like, animation with live action is
Tough.
Well, here's the thing. There are easy ways to do it. Like Mary Poppins made it easy because they kept it like a static camera.
Mm-hmm.
What most people don't know about Roger Rabbit is part of the reason why it was so dynamic and like a great movie, just like on a technical level, is the fact that like they would have the camera move and like Roger moves with it. They would have like all these set pieces move around and have to like animate characters around it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Bob Hoskins would have to like move around, pretend Roger's there, and like move certain props with it.
Yeah.
And to do live action animation that form is really hard. It's really difficult. So when they did Hasselhoff, they had to keep it simple, but it's still pretty tough because like his back is moving and SpongeBob and Patrick are moving with his back as they crawl across his leg. Like that's still like, even if it's the robot, like it's still a leg that they have to like animate on top of.
Right.
So like they had to basically build. It would have been just like, it's weirdly cheaper to create this robot and have
David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, and put that in the water, rather than just constantly keep the same David Hasselhoff and film on his back.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
it's like I just like the sentence that the SpongeBob movie built a robot David Hasselhoff.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then when you do explain it, you're like, oh, that actually does make
Yeah,
a lot of sense.
they needed one.
They did.
I don't know if they needed one. Like
I need one.
Yeah, well, it's like for that joke. It is also funny because it's a very obtuse joke. It's a very like here's the thing about the David Hasselhoff thing. It's very iconic now. Like the idea of like, because okay, let's go to the very beginning. So Mindy, because they kind of break a lot of rules with the David Hasselhoff thing. So first things first, they give Mindy gives them the bag of wind.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
True.
and the idea is like, oh, that's how they'll escape Shell City when the time comes. You kind of forget that most of the movie. Then comes a time where they're like, oh, we can use the bag of wind now. Patrick then blows it so hard that the bag of wind flies away and like is no longer usable.
I lost it at that moment.
Yeah, but here's the thing. On paper, that's really bad screenwriting. You are breaking Chekhov's gun when you do that. Because you're like, here's an element, it will get used later.
Yeah.
They did use it, but they used it as a gag. That does not advance the plot, really. So then it's like, okay, our characters are hopeless. What are they going to do? Then comes David Hasselhoff, which when you think about it, is a Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, it's a cop-out way to solve their problem.
It's a lazy way to use the gag.
Yeah.
But
On top of that, it's also a very weird one because, again, how many kids at that time would know about Baywatch and who David Hasselhoff is?
well,
And yet, I can't really imagine the movie without it. It's just, it's really funny. Like, you're willing to go along with it. And the fact that, like, he's, like, kind of, like, part machine. Like, when he separates his pecs to, like, stick them in there and, like, shoot him. Which is also its own, like, machine that they built.
Yeah.
Like, you're just so willing to go along with it. Even though it breaks so many screenwriting rules and is, like, a very unnecessary gag. But also very fitting for the movie. Kind of same with, like, the way SpongeBob saves the day. Like, SpongeBob saves the day by playing a rock and roll song. Rock and roll is not a pivotal part of the movie anywhere
never brought
else.
up once.
Yeah, it's never really brought up once. It's like it's not like he had a crafty solution. You can kind of say it's like in the way he like accepts himself. Like he accepts that he is the goofy goober, that he's this like silly guy.
Sure.
But
ultimately, the magic makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it does not make sense that his way of like solving the problem is he does a like basically a Weird Al version of Twisted Sister's "I Want to Rock," but instead it's the Goofy Goober rock. And he is so good at shredding guitar that he can destroy Plankton's mind control.
What's the problem?
Like, no, there's no problem. It's just like if you like look at it all on paper, it doesn't really make sense. It's kind of bad screenwriting, but it works so well for the movie because it's just in the tone and spirit of the randomness of SpongeBob. Because what I also kind of realized watching the movie is if you watch SpongeBob episodes, they don't really have a moral. They have,
No.
they have
I think that's why I
loose
wasn't
morals.
allowed to watch it as a kid.
Oh.
So my parents were like, "This is just like bullshit. Like this is just stupid." But no, I agree. I agree that the ending is poor screenwriting and like just kind of like a silly way out. But I think that the breaking Chekhov's gun like situation with the bag of wind, like I think that was just a pure comedy genius of like we're doing this on purpose for the joke and that's why it's funny. So I think it was like a nod to people who understand the rules of screenwriting and being like, fuck you, this is funny. And it was wonderful.
Yeah, it's like just basically one long tee up until the release. Yeah, because like it is, and it's like it has so much importance at the beginning. It's like this is the bag of wind, and then it's just like they biffed it hard. Yeah, which also like it kind of makes Mindy's role really funny, because Mindy is basically supposed to be like their like coach, their encouragement through the movie. And, like, a lot of what she does is also, like, kind of proven ineffective or, like...
Yeah.
Like turning them into, like, men, giving them the mustaches. It's like, he has to get them through the canyon, but then, like, Dennis, like...
It's ripped away.
Yeah, Dennis nerfs them pretty quickly. The bag of wind...
She does a good job stalling.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
give her that.
which is also kind of like on paper annoying screenwriting, but it's so funny. Like she like stalls them.
That's all she can really do.
I think a lot of the annoying screenwriting only works because of it being SpongeBob. Truly.
Yeah, like
that is true.
It has a lot of clout and like. Well, also it is like there's like the expression where it's like even if they don't, it's like even if they don't have a clever solution, they've like earned it. And like they did earn it. Like they fought the Cyclops. They like got from Shell City. They like did escape monsters. They had to like get out of like the biker bar and like through self-will not sing the Goofy Goober song. Like they learned to accept like they do essentially earn all these wins. It's just like it is also just like a lot of them are out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, but it's just also such like rich characters and personalities in the world of SpongeBob. Like SpongeBob's his own thing. Patrick's like a good sidekick. Mr. Krabs is like, you know, like all of them are just such rich characters. Even the new characters like Neptune's the insecure bald king. Mindy's like the righteous like princess daughter who like does want to help out. Like the characters are so rich that you kind of just forego the fact that there's any plot.
Right. Yeah. This movie is incredible. To round out just some quick facts about that, going back to that Hasselhoff robot. So it was 12 feet tall, 750 pounds, and it cost $100,000 to make.
Jesus.
That's actually cheaper than I thought it would have been.
They filmed Hasselhoff in cold water, and they put him on a sled that would just basically go out 9 yards and back, and they would just kind of film a few times, and then in like 2014, they tried to put that a replica, like the robot, up for sale, and it it got up to like 20 to 30,000, and they pulled it at the last second. So in my brain, it still lives at his house.
I really hope it does.
Wait, like he tried to sell it, or like
I think yes, he offered it to an auction with other memorabilia collected during his career, and like then himself and then he pulled it. But it lived at his house from production until then. Like the crew offered it to him.
Gotcha.
Dude, I hope he still owns it.
That's a weird. That'd be a funny. Like imagine being David Hasselhoff. You bring a girl back over, and like in your foyer is like the robotic model of
and
you.
It's enormous.
12 feet.
Yeah, it's enormous. It's 700 pounds. Also, it doesn't really look exactly like
no, it doesn't.
Like the face is all kind of not right. It's like it's purely meant to like shoot. Like
at this point, it's probably like a little old and deteriorating.
Yeah.
Just like a little spooky.
Probably not functioning either.
No.
Well, also, if you can't even get at least $100,000 out of it.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah,
if you can't make the money you spent on it back in like the 90s, early 2000s, then yeah.
Well, also here's the thing. I think the buyer's market for that needs to get older, because the only person who would care are like people our age, and people our age who like
give it
their first jobs.
That's gotta give us a second.
Give it another like 10, 15 years, and it'll go for like a few
exactly.
million.
Quaywood will purchase it.
Yeah.
Have it in the office.
Put it in the office.
I would love that in the office.
Dude, that'd be sick in the Quaywood office. We'll have when you first walk in.
Going into plot, so we open with like one of my favorite openings of all time. We have pirates retrieving treasure, and in the treasure chest, of course, 2 tickets to the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. I don't know if it's like the premiere of the movie.
Yeah, it was more than 2.
Yeah, it was like so many pirates.
No. But they open it, and wasn't there only 2 tickets? And like
there's
that's
2 that he pulled out, but
but then they all go.
There's 2 that I think visually the understanding is that like they all get tickets.
Sure. My 2 initial
went to the robot.
question.
Okay?
Yeah, right.
Couldn't afford more than 2 tickets.
My 2 questions right off the bat. And maybe this is explained in the series, but I never really got it. Why do pirates love SpongeBob so much? And then also, I forget. Oh, is this the premiere of the movie? They're at the premiere, or are they at like a normal screening?
Like a screening.
Yeah, that's my question.
As I guess like an inside baseball type of guy, I would say I don't. I think it'd be weird to have you premiere midday, because like if you watch a movie, like they go midday. Also, at Paramount, we do all of our premieres at the Paramount Theater on the lot, so that would not be the premiere. I think
it's not the premiere.
Yes, no.
Right, maybe opening night, but it's like
Yeah.
summertime, so it's still laid out at like a 6:30 showing.
Yeah,
That sort of vibe.
Or like 4 p.m. Like it's pretty light out.
That is true.
It was funny though, because I was watching as I was watching it, I was like, oh, I wonder if they shot inside because we have our own movie theater. So I'm like, oh, I wonder if they shot in there. What does it save them a lot of time? Nope, it's not the same movie.
It's not.
No, I'm like, why did they not shoot it there? Or just probably whatever. And then why do pirates
Yeah,
love
what is the pirate thing?
I think it's just like an aquatic thing. I think they just like the. Well, like it starts off with a pirate, like the theme song.
Because pirates have always been a thing.
Yeah, there's like Patchy. There's Patchy the pirate.
Yeah,
well,
and that's my thing is like I don't know if Patchy explained why he was a fan or like what the vibe was, or if it just was like a burning gag that they never explained.
I think the idea. I think they just. That's one of those things where like I think it's just better left unexplained.
Yeah, they're just fans.
Yeah, Patchy. Like I'll probably say it's probably because it's also Tom Kenny. So like maybe he just loves that his voice is also in the show and he's Patchy. But like I think the idea is more that everyone loves SpongeBob, including pirates.
Yeah,
it's
right.
a unifier.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It was one of those things like even growing up, like watching the movie, I kind of just knew I didn't have to question it.
Oh
I
no,
knew, like,
100%.
Yeah,
that was more one of those like rewatching it now. I was like, and this is exactly why we do the show. I was like, wait, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
But no, I like the idea that it's like just showcasing that even the worst of people like SpongeBob. And it's just so good.
Yeah.
And it's just the best.
I know it is funny because we did say that a live action is relatively cheaper than animation. I will say it is not cheap to have a pirate vessel and and a bunch of actors in period costumes. So what I love about that is also like they probably could have shrunk the budget by like maybe
they went all out.
Yeah, no, but that's what I also love about it, like because they didn't have like a song and dance routine. They had to like record that music too.
Of course, yeah,
they had to like find a set that they could rush into.
Yeah,
dude,
like,
this is the opening scene of the SpongeBob movie.
Yeah,
they made it a big deal.
They sing the intro. They swarm the theater. They like start the movie. Like that is it's
like,
a statement.
They just show how awesome SpongeBob is, which is kind of why I like it. I'm like, oh, these guys are they just get it.
They get it.
It's absolutely incredible. So yes.
So wait a minute.
No, go ahead.
You're right. No, they all go to a screening of a movie. Nick, how did we not realize this was a movie?
Within a movie?
Well, remember when me and Nick were kids, we thought this was just an episode of SpongeBob, but they say it's a movie.
I mean, if you
that's I think that's my thing too. Is like I for some reason so many of the bits in here I always thought of as separate things. Like in my head, like the opening of the Krusty Krab 2 was different than Neptune, was different than Goofy Goober, was different than the Pirates opening. Like all of that was different shit.
We're different episodes.
So even though they swarmed a theater, it could have been anything.
I just didn't get
it. Could have been anything. Yeah.
Well, also as you're probably like flipping through cable and probably just like land on it. You're like, oh, I know this episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be true.
Yeah.
You didn't catch it from like the start.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll just continue watching.
Yeah.
That's probably a good point.
It's like getting Shawshanked. Yeah.
You can never say the name Shawshank without my memory getting
have
triggered.
Dark memories of Shawshank.
We'll get past that. I don't need to know that right now.
Okay, so the movie actually starts, and we enter a thing. One of the very few things I completely forgot about. So SpongeBob is having this dream about saving the Krusty Krab from an order gone wrong, and he wakes up to his alarm on the day of a big promotion, or so he thinks. But yeah, this dream that he has where he's like this slick, cool dude that everyone loved. Like I completely.
He's like a bomb squad guy.
Yeah. Went right over.
I also love that in that dream he wears spurs.
Yeah.
He does.
He's so calm, cool, and collected, and like I don't remember that at all.
I will say when he pulls out that animated cheese looked delicious. Like when he's putting the cheese on the sandwich, I'm like, that cheese looks so good.
There is a weird thing in this movie. I don't know if it's the whole show because I don't quite remember. There's a weird thing in this movie where all the animated food looks fucking amazing.
Oh,
yeah,
so
like
the ice cream.
Like, the ice cream looks good.
Insane.
The Goofy Goober ice cream.
It looks incredible.
It looks delicious.
Dude, like really recently, they like there was like a partnership with Wendy's, and they like had like the Krusty Krab.
Oh yeah, they had a whole
like,
McDonald's
the meal.
Right.
Wendy's
collaboration. You're right. Yeah.
And I tried it because I was like, I want a Krabby Patty, and it fucking sucked. Well, not that it sucked, but it was like it wasn't obviously as good as. It's like the hot chocolate in the Polar Express. Like that shit looked so good, but I know if I had it, it's just gonna taste like shit.
I also like It's funny. I once saw this video where it was like a chef looking at like the Krabby Patty, like the pictures from like the show and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's also very like inside baseball like for cooking. But the chef was really fun because he was like, you would never assemble a burger that way.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was like they took like a screen. He looked at a screenshot of the Krabby Patty and he's like, first things first, like the meat was on like the top of it.
Yeah. Why is the lettuce on the bottom? You freak.
Well, no, it's like you want lettuce on the bottom, but like they would put like lettuce on the top, and it's like don't do that because then the heat will wilt it. The cheese would be below the patty, which doesn't melt it then. Like onion and tomato would just like
all wrong.
Yeah, like this guy was like, this is like not how you would.
But it looks so good.
It does look good.
It does.
It does look really
so
delicious. Yeah.
But
awesome.
yes, so we come to find out that Mr. Krabs is opening the Krusty Krab 2. For who knows what reason.
Which is really funny. Like it's not. What I also love is like, okay, the idea of him franchising already a little lost on a kid.
Yeah.
But whatever. Like you're willing to go along with it. The calling of the Krusty Krab 2 also funny. What I love is he puts it right next to the first Krusty Krab.
Yeah, it's right across the street.
Like it's not. It's like there's nothing
Directly.
different about it. It's just the second Krusty Krab.
Yeah, the building's the same. Everything about it's the same.
They just
Also,
added two.
Also, I didn't realize this when I got older. Did you know that the Krusty Krab's a lobster trap?
Yeah.
I didn't know that till you said it.
Yeah.
We were watching the movie.
It was. I didn't find out until I was like a teenager, I think. But like I like looked at the Krusty Krab and I was like, oh, that's a lobster trap. So it's like a little like funny that they use it.
Yeah, that was one of the few things I picked up on as a kid of like, okay, the pineapple's like one thing, and then, you know, you kind of go through and you're like, okay, like Sandy has her thing and like whatever.
Patrick was on
but
the rock.
Yeah, the rock, but then like, when we got to the Krusty Krab, I was like, oh, hell yeah. This is great. Yeah. But yes, so SpongeBob is very confident that he is going to be named the new manager. And now, another two sets of thoughts came through my head at this moment. One, who is going to be the esteemed fry cook at one or the other or both Krusty Krabs? And two, the more important one, he says that he's going to probably be promoted to to manager because he gets employee of the month 374 months in a row. Which, if you do the math, if he started working there at age 15, that means he's no less than 46 years old.
Oh, shit.
And that's assuming if you started working there at 15. So it only goes up.
It's not good.
Is SpongeBob 15? Like, did they ever say how old he is?
No. But I'm just saying, like, if he started working there at 15 and you add all the employee of the months and he got it right from the get, like, he is at the very least 46 in this timeline. In this scenario.
I kind of love that. That's funny.
I like that he started at 15. He's now theoretically 46, and he's never progressed.
He has never gotten a promotion.
Nothing. Never gotten a raise.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. It's just
31
years of everything.
I mean, the idea that SpongeBob isn't a line cook who, like, has a bad drug history and, like, missing teeth and, like, is all fucked up is already pretty unrealistic, let alone the fact he's a sponge.
Well, he's also... okay, you know what? I will say, in the Krusty Krab's defense, this guy works as a line cook, but he does live in, like, a pretty big house. So the salary's got to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Even for how... Yeah.
Like, it's a 2-story house.
And he treats his pet pretty damn well.
Yeah.
So, you know.
He's in that top-tier stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's the only cook. No one else can do his job. They probably pay him fucking good money.
I was gonna say, Squidward also is like kind of living pretty lavish. His place is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's two-story building. It's got the fucking like Art Deco wallpaper.
What does Mr. Krabs' house look like? I don't remember.
They
It's an anchor. It's an anchor.
That's right. So
Yeah,
they're pulling in cash.
They're pulling in good money.
Well, also, like, that's another thing I kind of liked about SpongeBob in hindsight. They're never consistent.
Yeah.
Like Pat. I was saying this when we were watching it. Patrick's house, like in the movie, is just like he lives under the rock and it's just a flat surface underneath it.
And then you go
Sometimes,
in, and
like,
it's a whole thing.
Well, yeah, but that's like in different episodes. In
Yeah.
different episodes, like Patrick's house would be like cavernous.
Yeah.
Like it's massive.
Yes.
It has hallways. It has like all furniture made out of
And
sand.
sometimes it's just sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing in it.
He just like he goes down, he gets mushed. Like it's just.
Yeah.
It is kind of the beauty of SpongeBob is there's just like no rules, no
Yeah.
consistency, but it's just so clear on purpose, and they did that from the jump.
Yeah.
So you just go along with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny. It doesn't really follow a lot of its own rules. It just,
No, it doesn't.
It just
at all.
It like he just kind of is.
Yeah, but it works.
It's great.
Yeah, no,
It's one
like,
of
you
the
don't
few
question
shows
it.
where
Yeah.
that is completely fine.
Yeah.
Even like when we were kind of talking about the bag of air and stuff like that, where traditionally that probably wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And it would stand out. And a movie like this It's like, yeah, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And also,
It's
like,
SpongeBob.
and also,
Also, when you're young enough, you don't really care about minimum
obviously.
wage.
yeah, and also like if there was another, like we were talking earlier about like regular show or even like The Simpsons, like if there was like some continuity thing with like their house or like their rooms or whatever, for some reason, like with those shows, I would probably pick it up more. Here, I'm like, whatever. It's SpongeBob. It's fine.
I was about to say his house is kind of like the TARDIS. Like,
yeah.
he's got his giant library, and you're like, no way that's fitting in a pineapple.
Yeah.
But, like, you kind of don't care.
This is a different exterior shot.
Exactly.
So, yes, Plankton is upset about Mr. Krabs getting all the business with his restaurants, and Karen, his computer wife, tells him that he hasn't tried Plan Z yet, which we mentioned earlier, even though he has tried A through Y. This part made me laugh so hard. So Plankton goes outside to kind of talk through his plan, and then SpongeBob is walking to work, and he steps on him, and he's just guttural scream and smearing of Plankton just killed me because of how long it goes.
When he scrapes Plankton off his shoe, I'm like,
Dude.
oh, like you feel the pain
Yeah,
too.
I lost it. I was like, oh, we're in for a good ride. I'm so excited. So we get to the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob doesn't get the promotion, and instead, the job goes to Mr. Squidward. And Mr. Krabs tells SpongeBob it's because he isn't mature enough. And as he leaves, he says, he does his like the I'm ready promotion thing, but he says I'm ready depression, and I was like, oh my god. It's like I did not remember that. And also in that scene, Patrick flies in. And
with
he's
the flag
naked.
in between his ass
Yeah.
crack. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does fly naked.
That's also a joke where, like, when you get older, you're like, that's kind of weird that they.
Yeah, it's so.
Flying naked.
Yeah, like, why did he have to be naked? Like,
It's the same with every other like animated show, movie, whatever. When you rewatch it, and you're like, oh, I completely. Whether it's like a pop culture reference or like adult humor, just miss it completely.
Well, I think also part of the reason why that was I think that was like early enough in Nickelodeon's history where it was like still kind of the Wild West for them.
Oh yeah.
Cause like when you think about all the shows at that time, it was like that, Ren and Stimpy, Rugrats, Rocko's Modern Life, all those shows that like because like Nickelodeon didn't have like and Doug, and it's like because they didn't have like a guaranteed audience yet. They were just kind of allowed to do like whatever. And so like it's really funny because if you see like interviews with like they really all like the people who made all those shows and like people who like kind of came up from that, they all kind of have like crude senses of humor, but they just happen to work at like a kids company.
Yes.
So then they just kind of like snuck in whatever they could.
Yeah.
Like even the fact that they snuck in a Ween song in Ocean Man, it's like Ween is like one of the Ween is one of the crudest bands out there, and they wanted like a different song, like a more like pop song, and they were like, "No, we want this Ween song."
We want Ween.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's all it's crazy. So Plankton puts his Plan Z into effect by going to the undersea castle of Neptune and steals the king's crown. And he's this angry king, and he's angry because he feels like he has to live up to his title as king, but also he is bald, and he is embarrassed by that. And we also see in this moment that his daughter, Princess Mindy, is much nicer. That'll come into play later, as we mentioned previously. And also, how we mentioned previously, Plankton kind of flies over the hills of Bikini Bottom to get to Neptune's castle, which, again, the, like, geography is, like, just, I guess, canon at this point, but also it's all, like, who knows. In another episode, they probably walked over that hill, and it wasn't Neptune, like all of that.
It's one of those, like, again, I know I kind of said it earlier, but it's so much fun where a movie like this, or even like a TV show like this, where it's like a brand new world. It's like in a new world if you gotta like set the rules a little bit.
Yeah.
Where in this one, the rules are just like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, like
You know what I mean?
like it's very strange because a lot of kids shows afterwards like kind of stuck to stricter canons. Like regular show, like you would think it's a more loosey-goosey show. No, they have a very like strict geography and like history to the land of Ooh. Like Bikini Bottom, it's like you don't really question any of it. Things just kind of are.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I love about it. It's like just things are, and that's okay, and you just go from there.
Yeah, and it's like if someone like one of the writers comes up with an episode idea, but it like contradicts some piece of lore they came up with 2 seasons ago. They're like, and
Yeah,
Who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
we're gonna
like-
do it.
like it's like that's what I like about it. It's like, it is a show that's kind of focused more on like funny.
Yeah, completely. It would take jokes over its own world every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which I
But
appreciate.
it's so dedicated.
which
to
is kind of a
that.
Seinfeld thing. Seinfeld was like that. Seinfeld was like Jason Alexander. He did an interview where he was like, I remember doing one thing in one episode that contradicted what I did in another episode. And when it went up to Larry David was just like, well, it's funny at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, who cares? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Because also
exactly.
like a lot of the time, like your average watcher isn't necessarily going to notice it, and if they do notice it, who knows if they'll even care? Again, because if it's
Yeah.
funny, then it's great. It is what it is. We then though get to one of my favorite parts in the movie. SpongeBob and Patrick get blackout drunk on ice
Right?
cream
Oh, yeah.
due to SpongeBob's sadness. But the funniest part about this is that Patrick is just doing it for the love of the game. Like he's just getting pissed drunk on ice cream just because he loves it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
There's no stakes in this whatsoever.
Yeah. Which then leads to the next morning where SpongeBob shows up late for work because of the Goofy Goober incident, which I'm now calling it as.
Hungover.
And he's and pissed.
Yeah. And Neptune comes in and confronts Mr. Krabs for stealing his crown. And this all happens because there's a letter that is signed by Mr. Krabs that he did it. Obviously, it's fake. But SpongeBob talks kind of bad about him because he's upset about the promotion. And then Neptune freezes Mr. Krabs, which is quite sad. But again, I remember this so vividly. Like even just like the little tear. I don't know if it's this scene or
Yeah.
but another scene.
Mr.
Yeah.
Krabs.
The only thing about him freezing that was bugged me was like he always had like the little like bit of like frozen bit coming out of his mouth.
Mm.
Like I always guessed that was supposed to be him screaming and that's what freezes. But like it always like bothered me looking at.
Was
it.
that
I'm
not
like,
his
what-
tongue?
What is it?
I don't think so. I feel like physically it doesn't really make sense.
Hmm.
But like that is that bit like frozen bit that like sticks out and I'm just like ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I will be honest. What didn't make sense watching it the first time with you
Yeah.
is I was like, would SpongeBob really yell at Mr. Krabs like that? And then Nick told me he's a 47-year-old man. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, he would. He totally would.
He's due for this.
Hungover
really
from ice
due for
cream.
this.
Of course he's gonna do this.
Yeah, he's hungover, pissed off.
This guy,
Almost,
this
he's
dude.
nearing his 50s.
This is why my parents didn't let me watch it because they were like, "You're not gonna be a 46-year-old man who gets drunk on ice cream and then yells at your boss."
You know what's funny? Because I watched a lot of SpongeBob when I was in the first grade. At least the job I want to be is a fry cook.
Did you really?
Nice.
Yeah,
That was your ambition?
like I was like it looked so awesome on the show. Like you made cheeseburgers
Yeah,
all
because you
day.
just like you do your thing. No one's bothering you. It's so sanitary. Like it's it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I think like my teachers like were just subtly trying to be like, hey, I think you're just into like art and stuff.
You can dream a little higher, you know?
Well,
you should go
I
make
think, I think
movies.
yeah.
I love it. So we find out that the crown that has been stolen is in Shell City, a place where no one has ever returned from. And SpongeBob commits to getting it back and saving Mr. Krabs because he immediately like snaps out of his hangover. And he's like, no, what's going on? So him and Patrick take the paddy wagon, which I love, for their journey. Meanwhile, Plankton steals the Krabby Patty formula and sells these chum bucket helmets, which will come into play. These things scared the absolute shit out of me as a kid because I was convinced that could actually happen, and I was like more scared to like lose my friends and my family to these things because in my head I was like, I'm the one that's like gonna make it out, like I'm not gonna get attacked by these things, but I was so scared for everyone else. I was like, guys, we got to be aware of this.
I was also really afraid of the helmets. I thought I was like really afraid that like if it did get on me, like what would I like see? What would I like imagine?
What would your vision actually
Yeah,
be?
like what would I like?
Yeah.
I was just really afraid about like what my perception of the world would be.
I do remember there was like a solid month or two where I would refuse to wear the Burger King crown because I'm like, I know the truth.
That's really cute.
Yeah, you're gonna wear it and it's just gonna go over your eyes.
Exactly. I'm like, I know what you're trying to
Lock
do.
in. Yeah. So after losing their car and walking a bunch, they find the cardigan at a biker bar, and one of the guys like has the key. They escape by the skin of their teeth after blowing bubbles like babies because it's SpongeBob.
I also another like a little adult joke that they throw in there that's called the thug tug.
That is a little, yeah. It's a questionable name.
Like if you
Yikes.
look at the side of the
I don't
if you look at
remember
the side of the boat, It's if you look at the side it's called the Thug Tug.
Yeah.
That's what the place is called. The bar.
Yeah,
that's the name of the biker bar. The name of the biker bar is called the Thug Tug.
Jesus.
When they pulled up, I think you said out loud, it's called the Thug Tug. I was like, ooh, Jesus Christ.
It's really funny.
Who named it that?
That is
Mr. Hellenberg.
That is that's absolutely insane.
That was such an intense name.
Yeah.
The Thug Tug.
The Thug Tug. Hell yeah.
You don't go in. Come on.
Oh yeah, you gotta at least
Show
one.
up in the paddy wagon and go in.
So Squidward catches on to Mr. Plankton's plan, but before he can report his findings to King Neptune, Plankton activates the bucket helmets, and they all drop that they get like mind controlled, and they attack
It
Squidward.
becomes like a fucking horror movie.
Yeah, dude, it's the scariest moment of my childhood.
It does, and then Bikini Bottom becomes like all like brown and gray.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like possessed.
Just a
and
dictatorship
evil.
at that point. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It actually gets it does get a little frightening.
Yeah,
it's spooky.
They turn
They turn
him
him into slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They turn Squidward into a slave before he can report his findings, which is
I have a weird memory
insane.
of Plankton doing like a Nazi salute at one point. I don't think that happened, but
I mean, maybe he was like waving, and his like wrist was really.
it was
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
It
That was
close.
that was the VHS release.
It's a Roman salute.
Yeah,
remember?
right.
Oh, it's a Roman salute.
Right,
right.
My bad.
Okay, moving on. SpongeBob and Patrick come across a free ice cream stand. Hooray! Which turns out to be a monster. And after almost getting killed, they realize they can't continue on their journey because there's a pit with a bigger monster in it. And meanwhile, during all of this, there's a bounty hunter that is after them. So Mindy finds SpongeBob and Patrick and convinces them to continue their journey because they're about to turn around. They're too scared. But she turns them into men with these little mustaches. Quote unquote. And they jump over the edge of the cliff, which is like way too much for, they get super hyped up and they're like, all right, this is it. And they just dive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then the branch catches.
Yeah,
them.
luckily
It's
they
all
land
like-
softly.
But all I love is like they're like, oh, we have these mustaches now, so that's
we're
like
indestructible.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
totally cool.
Luckily, they land softly and they continue in the trench, befriending the monsters without realizing as they sing "Now That We're Men." Again, an iconic scene that I thought was its own episode.
I
Yeah.
did as well. In fact, before we watched this movie, if someone said, "Where does the song "Now That We're Men" come from? Does it come from a movie or a show?" I would say that is 1,000% an episode of SpongeBob. I remember it vividly. You can't convince me otherwise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's also another weird kind of Deus Ex Machina thing.
It totally
Like
is.
just Mindy gaslights them into like thinking they're more mature than they actually are, and just off of sheer bravado, like they just like walk and dodge through like all these monsters.
Stupid, gullible men become indestructible.
No, so while we're talking about Now That We're Men, we should have this conversation
Yeah.
of what is the best song in this movie. Because even if it's not this, I feel like this is in the running, right?
That's like
I'd say
asking
probably
me what
Goof.
my favorite Phineas and Ferb song is. It's like impossible. It
For
genuinely
me,
is impossible.
my heart all the way goes towards the Goofy Goober Rock.
Really?
It's hard to beat, but then you think of the other ones and you're like, damn, there's so
That's
many
the
good
thing.
ones.
No, but like, Now That We're Men, I love it. It's very bouncy. It's fun. But like the Goofy Goober Rock, I'll like legitimately like sometimes just watch that on YouTube, just get hyped up.
Do you really?
Yeah, because it's so rad. It's like the music's awesome. Like the music video that they made is really funny too. Like,
Do you like Now That We're Men more than the Goofy Goober like theme song?
probably yeah.
You do. Okay, so you put this like second.
Yeah, I think low-key the Goofy Goober regular theme song is like a little annoying.
How dare you? How dare you?
I like
All right, end of episode. Bye, guys.
Paramount's gonna fire you.
I think mine is
what do you- how
just
would you
straight
rate
up Ocean Man. No, I think that Now That We're Men and I think Now That We're Men is probably my favorite. That one always I always caught myself singing it, but I don't know. Like again, you could ask me tomorrow and it could be a different one. I think they're all good.
It's tough.
yeah.
It's tough. 'Cause I think you're right. It's either Goofy Goober Rock or Now That We're Men. Those are
Yeah.
1 and 2, right?
I think
Those
so.
are iconic and stand the test
Yeah.
of time.
Well, it's also interesting because it's not really like a true musical. It just has music in it.
That is true.
Yeah.
Just sporadically has music in it.
Yeah. Same with Phineas and Ferb. They said bangers.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, that's true.
Yes, but so that it's a good point. This movie has some pretty great music. So they escape the trench and they come across the bounty hunter, who was sent by Plankton, and he is killed pretty quickly by a scuba diver who grabs SpongeBob and Patrick and brings them to the surface. And they wake up to find that now they're live action, or no, they're animated, but they're in a live action setting. Yeah. And they find that they're in a fish shop, in a fishbowl, and end up being dried out by a lamp by the scuba diver.
This is where the movie gets really fucking sad.
No, it gets. I get emotional watching this.
It gets sad, but also again, different episode, completely different context. I was never expecting this as a kid, and I was like, wait, what's going on? They realize that the shop they're in is Shell City. And they find the crown, albeit for $7. So this big thing that they're trying to get is $7.
Also, I might have just forgotten, but do we know how the crown got to Shell City?
Plankton sold it to them.
He just straight up sold it?
Yeah.
He did? Okay.
Like when he stole the crown, they don't really explain like how he created it. How he trades a crown for money, but
like US dollars?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did not pick up on that, so I'm glad you did.
It's SpongeBob. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, who cares?
All you know is that's there.
Yeah.
Sotheby's came by.
Exactly.
Sotheby's came by and he sold all this shit.
So this part makes me well up a little bit, even with my dry eye disorder. They cry as they sing the Goofy Goober theme song, and they dry out completely in the heat of the lamp. And we see the pirates' reaction to watching the film. They're all crying, like everyone's sobbing. It's a mess. But the tear of the Goofy Goobers travels into the outlet of the lamp, and the smoke from it going out makes it to the smoke detector, and the sprinkler goes off and brings them back to life, which is
again another
moment.
It's a very triumphant moment, but again another like really convenient. Yeah.
I think.
But again, they earned it because like they did get there, and I also just love it. It's like a good like friendship movie. Mm-hmm. It's like literally these two friends banded together to like go on this wild journey, and like their like love and friendship for each other is so strong that like even when they're basically like post-mortem, like they'll still like persevere.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly you're right. I think that's kind of like the glue that's holding this whole thing together. That's like the whole crux of this movie.
Yeah.
Is without that, we've said it a couple times this episode, but a lot of this borderline wouldn't work. Because you're like, it is kind of borderline late. You could argue it's lazy writing. Or you're like, wait, you're like, you kind of just got out of that. Like, you kind of wrote yourself in a corner and it's a lazy way out. But I think because, one, it's the rules of the universe are just like, who gives a shit? But also, what you said, the characters of SpongeBob are so strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the friendship and the bond that carries it through. You could argue a somewhat weak plot. It almost saves it, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, you just said it. You're like, a tear falls and breaks the lamp. And it's a little stupid.
Not only that, a tear that, like...
It
has a very directional path. It's not like
it travels like the Harry Potter elevators. Like it just moves in whatever direction it wants.
It's beyond stupid, and it shouldn't work. In the moment, didn't catch that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Until you just said it, I'm like, oh yeah. How does that make sense?
But like you just love their friendship so much that like you kind of just go with the fact that like their collective tear that forms a heart would just like would push them in some manner to a solution.
I buy it.
Right.
Yeah.
I really do.
It's absolutely insane. So going into the final bit of this movie, the scuba diver grabs them, but the shop begins to shake as all the dried out creatures become animated again and beat the shit out of the scuba diver. Because
they got rehydrated. Which I also thought was clever and funny.
It was cool that they went back to animated formats.
That's also a great another like Roger Rabbit thing. Because like if you watch some of it, like the glue bottle that the guy uses to like squirt in his face, that's a real glue bottle. But like it's held by an animated lobster.
Yeah.
There's also nothing where like when like they tackle him, like he's doing a lot of movements and they have to animate on top of that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, And again, that's another instance of like it's not easy, but
No, there's a lot of genuinely impressive moments, especially in this sequence moving forward. There is a lot of genuinely impressive stuff in this where I'm like, again, I didn't realize it did go in theaters, but I'm like, for a little Nickelodeon SpongeBob movie, like, I'm pretty impressed.
Yeah, it rocks. So they're about to go home using Patrick's bag of wins, which you talked about earlier. Also, as I was taking notes for this movie, I want the origin of this. Like, where the fuck did this come from? But after, yeah, like, why does it exist? I love it. But after he releases it on accident, as we discussed, fucking David Hasselhoff shows up, Dustin Hoffman, and brings them home. No questions asked. He's like, "Yep, animated guys, you guys are my boys, and let's go."
No problem.
Literally doesn't even faze him. Nope. They make it back to the Krusty Krab 2 after Hasselhoff rockets them back down. He kind of puts it in between his pecs and just shoots them down.
His robot pecs.
Yes. And we think that...
My only thing... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
All good.
My only thing with David Hasselhoff showing up, I finally got his name right at the way end.
Yeah.
Is, as a kid, I don't know who the fuck that is.
No.
I just know some hairy guy with a chest.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I thought he was a character, for the longest time, I thought he was a character that was made just for the SpongeBob movie.
Yes.
I thought he was just like, again, it's kind of like that logic of just like, yeah, that's David Hasselhoff. Like, they made him for the
SpongeBob.
Yeah, and then like it wasn't,
guy.
obviously it wasn't until like maybe high school where like I learned what Baywatch was.
And then it all clicks.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh,
yeah,
that's where he's from.
So
okay.
The question I want to pose, and to be honest, I really don't know the answer, is does this bit in a children's movie work?
Yeah.
You think it still does, even though
I think
it's kind of lost on us as kids.
But here's the thing: it was lost on me as a kid, but I still thought it was funny.
Yeah,
I still thought
the physical humor of his character and the way that his character operates as a human adult in this world and acting the way that he does, because he's a literal robot. I think reads as physical humor without you necessarily needing to know the context of who he is in popular culture. If you do know, then it makes it even funnier. Or maybe not as funny, depending on who you ask. But I think that it works as a comedy gag, as it is.
Yeah, like, to me, it was just funny that this random ripped guy was just like, I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
And he has like this great like slow motion walk, and even stuff when he's like, when they're like, well, where's your boat? Ha 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 ha. And like he's just so good at swimming that he can bring him to the middle of the water. Like, part of it is more that it's just like this superhuman man.
Yeah, you're right.
Who's just
you guys are right.
He was just able to help out.
Because the bit would work if it's not David Hasselhoff.
Right. Yeah, like
it's still a funny bit. You're some jacked hairy man that comes to save SpongeBob and Patrick for seemingly no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's his cadence, the way that he speaks, the way that he moves, the way that he acts.
He's very stoic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting thought. I had that thought watching the movie. I'm like, it's a weird reference because it's a reference only made, arguably, for the parents watching it with the kids.
Yeah.
So like, does it inherently work?
I'll say this much. I think as long as it's like a comparable celebrity.
Sure.
Because I think part of it, at least when you get older, is that it is like a celebrity. For David Hasselhoff, it worked because he was a lifeguard on Baywatch. But like, I'm sure if you get some other like let's say they made us in like 2014. Let's say they get Michael Phelps instead.
Okay.
And Michael Phelps is also like, I'm Michael Phelps, and they're like, where's your boat? He does the same exact mannerisms, does the same exact things. But like, same thing, like he can swim really fast. Yeah, he can swim really fast. Like, he also becomes a boat, and like they just find some other like way to like send him down there. I think it has to be a celebrity. Doesn't necessarily have to be David Hasselhoff. Just someone who, like, where you can believably be like, they are very athletic and
they swim,
like,
or become a boat.
Or a 12-foot robot that weighs 700 pounds.
Yeah.
But yes, they make it back because of Mr. Hasselhoff. And we think that the day is saved, but Plankton gets a chum bucket helmet on King Neptune and controls him.
No.
The end is near, and I am shitting my pants at this point. But then the inevitable, or maybe not, SpongeBob starts singing.
Not.
No, definitely not. SpongeBob starts singing
after an inspiring speech too.
Right.
After a very
incredibly inspiring speech. He sings Goofy Goober Rock, which is, as we said, so iconic. He's just going crazy. He becomes a rock wizard and zaps the buckets off everyone's heads because, obviously, And weirdly, like in a like regular show kind of way, like it kind of reminded me of that, like when I was rewatching.
Like you just kind of go along with it.
Yeah.
Pretty
You're like, okay,
easily.
rad. This is the end.
Yeah. That's also another. I didn't know for a long time that it was just "I Wanna Rock" by Twisted Sister. But
really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. Like when I was like in kindergarten, I wasn't really listening to Twisted Sister.
Yeah.
So
I always when I heard that song for the first time, like the real one, I was like, wait,
what's going on here?
They watched a SpongeBob movie? Fuck yeah.
Also, one thing I told him about, do you remember the part where like SpongeBob breaks down? He's like zippala duppala zippala booba. Yeah, that's actually a David Lee Roth sample. Not a lot of people know that. In the David Lee Roth song, I'm Just a Gigolo, he does like a scatting section like that, and then they sampled that for that part of the SpongeBob
I assumed
movie.
it was from something. I just never looked at. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. But yeah, he spoils Plankton's plans, and Plankton gets arrested. Mr. Krabs is defrosted. Neptune gets his crown back. SpongeBob gets promoted to manager, and as we say on the show, all's well in the world. And Ocean Man plays during the credits. And that is the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Final thoughts. Mason, I'm going to start with you because you are our esteemed guest for today.
Final thoughts is, it just, like we said earlier, this is really a movie where just it breaks a lot of just regular rules, but you love the lack of logic in the world. The characters are so endearing. It also helps that they had a TV show, so you could already know the characters.
Right.
Really good jokes, both like up front and also like between the lines, like the thug tug. The thug tug is one of the funniest jokes to me.
Yeah.
That you don't realize until you're like 23, like us, and you're like, wait, that's what they named.
What the hell is that place called?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, wait, that's what they named the bar.
Well, I mean,
and
even just like I'm Ready Depression. You're like, what?
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, and just also like like getting older and like doing like a little bit of reading on like how they make this movie, and I was like, oh, like they put so much effort into this movie. It was definitely one of those things where I was like, I rewatched it. I was like, maybe I'll have nostalgia glasses, which sure I did. But it is also just such an endearing, fun, heartwarming, genuinely funny movie that I don't really think has any parts that like aged poorly. Like, and not even like that's such an outdated joke. Like, just more in like some things, like some humors just die off with age. Yeah. But no, I'm just like, no, this is like all still funny to me. This is all still like endearing and sweet. It's kind of more endearing because like now I get like the adult stuff. So I think this is a movie that definitely like kind of got a little bit better with age, and it was like, oh, this is still a very fun movie. And like kind of like I was saying with the Odyssey, like it's kind of timeless too.
Yeah.
Like it has no technology benchmarks. It has no weird stuff like that. It just is like, this is SpongeBob. You know his world. We don't do anything weird or overly modern. This is what you need. And so I'm like, I still love this movie.
For sure. I completely agree. Pelton, final thoughts.
I also completely
Yeah.
to be honest. Like, there's a lot on paper that shouldn't work.
Yeah.
Especially, I feel like in Greenlit, in the history of this show, I feel like the more like nitpicky one that usually doesn't like these movies. You know what I mean? I feel like Nick is always the kinder one. So I think if someone told me what this movie was like about and what happens in it, and like recapped it, I'd be like, yeah, I'm probably gonna hate this thing.
Yeah.
But when you watch it, I think there is kind of a timeless thing when it comes to the characters and the humor. But there is such a unique approach to the world and how they decide to tell kind of a borderline mundane story and plot that doesn't quite work all the time, that it totally saves it. And it's something that is kind of refreshing in a lot of like modern day stuff. Like, listen, I very publicly love my MCU and all that.
Yeah.
But to see like a universe and a world with characters and continuity that just doesn't give a shit and just throws all rules and logic out the window just for a gag is kind of refreshing.
One thing I'm actually thinking about right now that it's kind of comparable to is Monty Python.
That's
Like
true.
if you watch Holy Grail, there's no real cause and effect. There's technically a story. It's actually a pretty similar story when you think about it.
Yeah.
But that's basically a series of sketches that get strung along like a thin narrative.
Right.
so is this. There's no real
Yeah,
cause.
so is this.
Yeah, but like that's probably like a good comparable thing. It's like they both created their own unique worlds. They both have their own internal logic. You don't really care when the logic's broken.
No.
Like you just think it's funny.
Yeah, and it shouldn't work, but I think there was some sort of magic in this that it worked, and it still holds up.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything that you guys said. I'm hesitant to make this comparison, but I'm feeling the same way I felt after rewatching Shrek. Of like it truly, like I was not expecting it to make me feel the way I felt, and I felt like holy shit, this might be a genuine timeless classic. And I was blown away. The humor was much better in places that I remember. And, you know, still playing into that same SpongeBob humor that is in the TV show. And, you know, they have the benefit of having a feature-length film for some of those jokes to pay off. The songs, as we mentioned, are absolutely fire. There are so many moments and quotes that I can just, like, you know, picture so vividly in my mind. It truly lingered in my brain more than I ever realized until I rewatched. Because, like I said, in you know, earlier, like there are so many moments where I just thought they were different episodes because they're so unique and their bits are unique and like the moments are unique, but they live in this wider thing that equally is memorable throughout. And also like I think meme culture kind of has a bit of play in this because like there are so many stills and moments from this movie that have gotten like turned into memes over the years. So maybe that's part of the reason, but man, it just like it really impressed me upon rewatch for sure.
It's also made by arguably the best production company of all time.
Arguably.
Paramount Pictures.
Yay!
ParamountPlus.com.
Guys. Go there now.
Or the Paramount Plus app because there
doesn't exist.
Allegedly.
Doesn't exist.
I have it on my Fire Stick.
I have yet to see it, so.
You.
I don't know.
Remember when we tried watching Bag of Bones instead?
Oh, fuck that movie.
All right, by the way, here's more context to what happened. So Pelton and his roommate Nicole visit me and my roommate Allie.
I forgot you and Allie lived.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All guests of Greenlit.
Yeah. But like Allie has like a 6 DVD collection of Stephen King movies, and Pelton, I guess, being the decider for the night, was like, oh, so we're definitely watching something from there. So we look at all the movies, and by the way, it's like not even like his like top work.
No, it's like 2 good ones.
Like
and the rest are
like
trash.
the 2 good ones are I think like Pet Sematary and Christine.
Okay.
But like. Allie's going through all of them and finds one called Bag of Bones.
Yeah.
Which I still don't really know what the premise of it is.
Clue.
I've never heard of this movie.
No, not only that. It was also like almost like 3 hours.
Yeah,
right?
it was like a saga.
No, because here's the thing. I think it was a TV movie that was split in 2.
Okay.
You're like, we're watching. Yeah. Pelton's like, we're gonna watch the whole thing. We got
I was pumped.
Dude, we get like
shitty movie called Bag of Bones.
Bro, we got
Absolutely.
we got 30-40 minutes in. We were bored.
so
that's why we decided to watch the SpongeBob movie instead.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Honestly though, like Bag of Bones as a title, I don't think there's anything more enticing to a Matthew Pelton type.
Right? Thank you. If you hear a shitty movie called Bag of Bones, of
Pelton's
course you're gonna
all
put
over
that.
that.
On.
He's all over that.
Wait,
in a heartbeat.
No, I love then was we also brought up Lawnmower Man. He does not know what Lawnmower Man.
Never seen it.
I don't know what that is either.
Okay, Lawnmower Man. That's its own podcast. That's its own.
Different day.
Yeah.
Different day.
No, like it's not even a greenlit. It's like you have to like create a new like show called like wait they made that
A new show called Bag of Bones.
Yeah. Lawnmower Man is also another wild movie. But you were like, we gotta watch Lawnmower Man. And I'm like, I don't think you really understand how bad that movie is either.
Well, we're doing a special episode on a movie called Cum Ghost.
Dude, I'm pretty
We
sure
can also
like
do
it's
it on Lawnmower
like
Man.
we have to release that episode like in a week.
What?
Because of like when we referenced it in the episode, like I'm pretty sure it was like in our like Paul Blart or like one right after it.
Oh fuck!
Like it's really soon.
Don't we reference that all the time?
Yes.
In our defense.
Yes.
Okay,
But like when it came up, we were like next week. QuaywoodProductions.com.
Look, we'll watch Lawnmower Man and then
we'll do Cum Ghost.
But we have to do live commentary on Cum Ghost.
We'll do Cum Lawnmower.
Oh,
Man.
do like MST3K.
Yeah.
I like that actually.
Yeah, that was our promise to the people. It was just gonna be like a quick, like I don't know how long it is, like 15 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, it's short.
And then
It's a short
yeah. And then we just
That's
haven't
a
had time
YouTube
to
video.
do. Yeah.
I think we said it would be like a Quaywood.
Let's be honest.
Productions.com
That's
thing.
not a short film. That's a YouTube video.
But yes, one final thought on the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
I
can't believe this got greenlit. Thank you all for listening, and specifically Mason, thank you so much for being on the show. It has been long overdue.
Yeah, thanks
Happy
for
to be
doing
here.
this, man.
I can't wait to do it after we watch Lawnmower Man.
Yes,
He's coming back.
We're gonna bring him back for summer sequels. New Sponge Out of Water coming soon. We're gonna do.
We do have another SpongeBob movie coming out pretty soon.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Paramountplus.com.
Yeah, SpongeBob. No, this will be in theaters too.
I know. I'm just fucking.
Y'all think these are all like?
I'm just fucking around.
almost everything we make we put in theaters.
I didn't know Paramount did that.
It's crazy, right?
Dude.
Paw Patrol.
Paramount
Yeah.
is like, calm down.
Paw
No,
Patrol,
bro,
Dawn
like-
of the Dinosaurs, or whatever.
No, wait. By the way, we did Smurfs earlier this year. I hit up Pelton and I'm like, oh, do you want to come to the Smurfs movie? Like, might not be the best movie, but at least you like
That'd be
be on the
fun.
lot. You texted me day of. You're like, oh, I can't do it. I was like, yeah, no shit. So like, I got I'm guessing previous guest Andy Hopley to go with me.
Yes.
Yeah. And bro,
Covered Pants Labyrinth.
you watched that as a kid?
Yeah, that's how we ended up the way he ended up.
Yeah,
No,
but
he's a great guy.
Yeah.
One of the
Well,
best
no,
movies we've ever covered. But
Yeah,
truly,
yeah.
like a movie I would never. I
never
hated.
thought
I
we'd do
hated
it on
as a
this
kid.
show. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, if you want another good Mason Jeffrey classic, The Simpsons movie.
Oh,
That's on the
it's
list.
on the
That's
list. It's been on the list.
Yeah.
We should bring
Yeah.
Mason back for that. I'm probably gonna cut this, but yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely
I
should.
will say, we are planning summer sequels next year. We would love to have you back for
Oh.
the SpongeBob movie, if you're interested.
Not those movies, no.
Or a different movie. Or a different movie.
Or a different movie.
Uh,
We just have to have it back.
I would love to do Simpsons movie. Honestly, probably the Simpsons movie.
Deal.
There we
We'll
go.
see you there.
Consider it
I'll see you
done.
there.
Rad.
Cool. Well, yes. Thank you so much for being on the show. We had such a blast. I know I said this for Nicole's episode and it ended up not being true, but I can say with full honesty that this is officially the longest episode of I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit in history. So congratulations, Mason. Congratulations, Mr. Matthew. And congratulations to myself. Tune in next time in 2 weeks from now when you're listening to this. Or maybe it's already out. Who knows? But tune into the next episode of I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit for The Polar Express. It is now Christmas season, baby. Here we go.
Hey.
We're so excited for that episode. It was such a blast because we definitely didn't record it already.
It was? What do you mean?
Anyways, yes, we will talk to you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been a Quaywood audio production.